What's good, peeps? Thanks as always for passing by the channel. Much appreciated. Hit that subscribe button if you guys are new. Don't forget as well, please, to like and share the video. And you can support the channel as well now. I do have a Patreon account. The link is in the description. All right, we're back, people. We're back on the green chair, which is always a good thing. But time just flies. A few days ago, I'm nervous and excited about Ruiz Joshua 2. And here we are now, back in London. Yeah, time just flies. All right, let's talk about those programs that I've got. I've only got 6 of them, or 7, but I'm keeping one. I didn't think that many people would want a program. I honestly didn't. I wish I took hundreds. They were there, lying around. I could have took loads. I only took 6, and I had, I think, 200 emails from people. As I said, though, even though there are some people that are long-term followers and subscribers, I did say on the video it would be given to the first 6 people that emailed. So those people will get the programs in the post in the next few days. I feel bad. I do feel bad because I wish I had enough to give to everyone. I mean, I had some people from Japan, Australia, South Africa all ask for a program. So I feel gutted that I can't give everyone one. But for those 6 people, you will get your programs by what? I'm probably going to send them tomorrow. I said I was going to do it today, but I had to rush around today. So I'm going to send them tomorrow. First class, you'll get them no later, I guess, than what? Wednesday, Thursday? Look out for them. Yeah, and apologies to everyone that can't get one. Shit happens, I guess, right? I wish I did nick about 200 of them because literally they are going to be thrown away, which is a piss take, really. Radio Raheem from Seconds Out took a bunch. So I'm guessing he's probably going to do the same thing when he gets back to the States. This is nothing to do with Joshua, but Terence Crawford fights on Saturday against, I can't remember the guy's name, Kavaliauskas or something like that. I might have to do a video on that subject, but how bad is the promotion when no one even knows that Terence Crawford's fighting? He's the main event. People forget that as well. Richard Comey is going to fight Teofimo Lopez, and that's getting more heat, right? Even that really, to be fair, hasn't been promoted either. Maybe it's because Joshua just fought, so that's taken a lot of the boxing eyes away from that fight, but people should be knowing and be excited about Terence Crawford fighting, and they are not, which is a bad thing. All right, let's talk AJ. In fact, before we talk AJ, shout out to, I think I've said this before, but to the YouTube guys. So IFL TV and more importantly, Boxing Social. The hustle they put in, fucking hell. It's unreal, people. It's unreal. I stayed pretty much with Rob Tebbit most days and nights and mornings. We were going to bed every day at like 5 in the morning. And not just because we're there talking and chilling, but because these guys are editing, uploading. We even shot 2 podcasts at like 3, 4 a.m. I mean, the hustle is real from those guys. So if you don't follow them, but I'm sure you do, but if you don't, please follow them and please support them as well because the effort they're putting in is second to none. All right, let's talk about AJ. AJ 2.0, we're going to call it. This new version of Anthony Joshua. Will this version be the version going forward? I'm not sure. But I do think it would be a good idea for him and the longevity, is that the right term? The longevity of his career, if he probably sticks to this version, right? I know a lot of people weren't happy about seeing this version of AJ, a guy that kind of boxes and moves and doesn't get involved in a tear-up. But, I mean, if you realize that you have some vulnerability, the last thing you want to do is get into a tear-up. I think we've seen AJ vulnerable on a few occasions now, and I think it's good that his team, himself, have recognized that and said, you know what, we need to box this way. In order to get the victories we need to cement our legacy, to get our belts back, this is what we have to do going forward. And it might not be going forward, right? We might not be. It might have just been a case of this is how we need to beat Andy Ruiz. We tried to have a slugfest with him last time and we got stopped. It's that simple, right? We got put down, what was it, 4 times. Why are we going to go and do that again? Let's box and move. I was gobsmacked when I saw AJ at the public workout. He came in and I'm used to seeing AJ big, muscly, right, huge legs. It came in and I kid you not, this is no bullshit, there were gasps ringside. And not just from fans. I mean, Eric Molina, I was standing right next to Eric Molina. He was like, Michael Hunter was even like, wow. Everyone was shocked about the weight loss that AJ had done, everyone. Just to remind people, he came in 16 stone 13. He hasn't weighed that, I don't think, as a professional. I think his lowest as a professional was something like 17 stone 2, stand to be corrected. But I think that's his lowest. So seeing him that light, you knew what kind of boxing match it was going to be. It wasn't going to be destructive AJ going out there to try and knock out Ruiz. There were times on Saturday where he landed a good 1-2, and even then he thought, you know what, nope, taking a step back. And that takes a lot of discipline to do, right? You've obviously sat down with your team and said, okay, this is how we're going to do it. This is how we're going to get the win. Don't get involved in the firefight. Ruiz, on a couple of occasions, said, look, come in and fight, you know. Joshua was like, no, we're not doing that. We know how that plays out. We're not doing that. We're going to box. We're going to box to a game plan. We're going to use our jab. We're going to use our new, better foot movement, because obviously he's a bit lighter. And that's how we're going to win. And that's smart, right? I mean, look, you've seen fighters do this. The one name that springs to mind is Vladimir Klitschko. Very similar to Joshua, very big and strong, Olympic Games gold medalist, early on in his career, very destructive, got the knockouts, then got hurt, got put down, lost, and then kind of reinvented himself and became a guy fighting on the back foot, using his jab. When he needed to engage, he engaged, but was very cautious first approach. I hope Joshua doesn't go that far. I'm more hoping Joshua turns into, and this is a dream scenario, I guess, Lennox Lewis, who, again, like Joshua, Olympic gold medalist, very destructive early on, got hurt, got put down, got to Emmanuel Stewart and completely reinvented himself, right? Used the jab, fighting on the back foot. When he needed to engage, he did. And I'm hoping that Joshua can become a bit like him rather than Klitschko. I thought Klitschko was boring. I have to be honest with you. I thought Lennox Lewis, although cautious, still had a fight. Still came to engage and had a fight. And I think Joshua needs to look at Lennox Lewis rather than looking at Klitschko. And I think if he can do that, then look, the idea of boxing is to hit and not get hit. And Joshua didn't really get hit on Saturday night. For all those people saying it's boring, that's just what you've got to do, guys. You can't fight one way all the time. You've got to look at the opponent in front of you and make adjustments according to that opponent. Now, Joshua might fight Pulev next. He's not going to fight Pulev the same way. He's not. Pulev is a lot slower, doesn't have fast hands. He'll probably engage with Pulev. But there's no point trying to fight Ruiz in close encounters when Ruiz is throwing bursts of 4 and 5 punches and you're throwing 1. No point in doing that. So I think it's a case of Joshua now has a couple of styles and tactics he can go to, and that can only be good in the heavyweight division. I mean, will that style on Saturday night be or work against a Deontay Wilder? I'm not sure. Right, but then you assess it and find a style for Deontay Wilder. Will it work against Tyson Fury? Obviously not. Tyson Fury's a better boxer and he'll outbox Joshua. Joshua will probably need to go to destructive force against Tyson Fury. So it will work depending upon who you're fighting. And I'm not upset about it. I'm not. And I'm not just saying it as a Joshua fan. I'm saying it as a boxing fan, right? You can't go in there and be a wrecking machine against everyone, especially if you landed your best shots from Ruiz last time and nothing happened. Right, and I've said this on the lead up to the fight. Joshua landed a clean right hand after Ruiz got up, which would normally wipe out most opponents. Ruiz took it and ate it and kept on coming forward. And Joshua's probably thinking, if I've landed my best punch and you're still there, I'm in trouble. So it was smart for Joshua to box and move in this fight. And I look forward to the next one. I really do. I wish I made a video talking about kind of the behind the scenes stuff in Saudi, but you're so busy. You're so busy, you don't. But what a treat it was to be there. What a privilege it was to be there. I don't want to become, and some people are asking me, Ade, more videos, even though I was doing videos out there. I don't want to become a Boxing Social or an IFL TV or a Seconds Out. That's not my thing. Respect their hustle because those guys work their arse off. I do prefer this, but I will be going to more events and doing more videos, but this will still be my bread and butter. But I think for me to do this, I've got to experience that. It's too easy to sit here on a chair and be critical of what fighters do and promoters and managers without being actually in the fire and actually seeing what they do in close quarters. So I think it's important for me to go and do a bit of both. But the majority of the time, it still will be sitting on this green chair, giving as honest opinion as I can. Anyway, that's it, I think. Peace.